So with your the emotional connection to your joke, is that kind of how you know how to start riffing about it on stage? Is you have a premise and you're like, how do I feel about this? And then you go up and talk with that feeling?
Yeah, I don't take anything like my premises and the beginnings of all my jokes all start with something that emotionally triggers me, happy, mad, sad, whatever, because that's half the work. This will not be heavy lifting or hard to deliver because I believe in this and I'm already passionate about it. I think there's a lot of writers that go into coffee shops and force themselves to feel a certain way about a subject because it's a funny thought. I think you'll find yourself finding material that fits you better, that you enjoy more, and that you'll deliver stronger if you already start off with something that you've got a feeling about. So it doesn't matter what it is. And I think a lot of times as comics, we look over something small bothers us and we don't, but that's it. That is it. That small thing that bothered you was the premise. And because it bothers you, I guarantee you the wheels are going to turn a lot quicker because we're already engaged. We're already locked in. We already got thoughts on this because as writers and comics, as soon as something mad, sad, happy, indifferent, it's like I feel this way. Let me tell you how I feel about it. And I think that makes, for me at least, that makes writing easier.
Yeah, starting with something that bothers you. That's a really interesting approach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or something that makes you really happy, you know, because now, you know, if we just came across like a food that you really enjoyed and I wanted you to sell that to me, you would be able to sell it to me in a great way, maybe a funny way, but you would have a punch behind it. I mean, some of the bits that I do aren't always the most perfectly written joke, but I'm fired up delivering it and I'm making a decent point and you see where I'm coming from. And now that you thought about it, I might have a point. I don't make the words carry every bit of my joke. Mm-hmm. I'm going to bring some wind to the sails. Yeah. And I think the emotional part of that helps.
So you're almost intentional about, like, you're almost selling the premise to the audience.
That's
trying to.
That's exactly right. Oh. Yeah, which feels more natural to me, and I'm gonna be more hunkered down in it because, like, if I feel this way about it, say the first line or two doesn't land. Well, I'm not in my notebook, and I'm not scared because there's not a period at the end of this sentence. This is a real thoughts. So I'm gonna go, well, hold on. You don't like that? Hear me out. And I'm able to write in the moment. I'm not a riffer. I mean, you've seen my set. I'll riff within the set, and I'll riff about the city at the top of my set, but I'm not going on a tangent, leaving my set and coming back to it. My brain doesn't work that way. But if I'm passionate about a point, I'll make some extra points on stage that aren't in my notebook that I'm thinking about, you know, in the moment. And I think that comes from already being emotionally invested.
Yeah, that's what was fun to watch you work live, just to pay attention to. Yes, you're emotionally high and it comes off like you're flying off the handle, but like even like your word choice. And I mean, I don't want to give away any of your bits, but even like you talk about your fiance and how you eat ice cream versus she does. And you talk about like the grading and how long it's going to take. Like, it looks conversational, but it seems like you're very specific in how you word this stuff as well.
Yeah, now, you know, that's, I talk that way.
Oh, okay.
Which is great, works for me. I describe things in a unique way. I say things in a unique way. And I hope that doesn't come across as vain, but that's just, I would be that Southerner at your job where I would describe our boss and you'd go, my God, that's hilarious. I've never even heard it put, because I use analogies just relentlessly in my life to describe things and talk about things. And when I'm talking about the ice cream, that's kind of what I'm doing too. It's going to take me an hour to grade this out. I've never seen elevation changes like this. You know, the words, you know, that's why, you know, when people say, what's Southern comedy? I think that's some of it. Southerners truly have a way with words.
For sure.
And that's kind of what I hope comes through, you know, in the jokes.